We are back. We're discussing Calyrex Shadow, and I'm not gonna say Fraud Watch because people hate when I say Fraud Watch, but Fraud Watch. So Calyrex Shadow historically has been one of the most busted restricted Pokemon that we have at our disposal. It has 100 HP, 80 defense, 165 special attack, 100 special defense, 150 speed, 2 abilities, one of them preventing you from having lunch, the other one preventing you from living a second hit, and it can run a variety of items: Sash, Life Orb, Choice Specs, etc. But despite all this, and despite projections of it being like the absolute best restricted in the format, we're talking like when the format dropped, every tier list had this thing at the absolute top. Now we look at the results, and it's struggling to see anything in top 8. There is one single top 8 in the past 4 major tournaments. Granted, 2 of these major tournaments are special events, which only had like, 50 or 45 players. But the last 2, the first major, it also failed to get top 8. And also in just online tournaments, we can see, as far as standings go, the highest placing one, I believe, was actually in 27th or something. This one was, 27th. So we're going to talk about it. We got C-Buddy, we got Andy Law, and we're just going to have a little discussion about it. So you guys want to say hi?
Hi.
Hello.
And that's it. That's how they say hi. If you enjoy, leave a like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and let's get into it. Okay, so we're gonna do a little bit of a roundtable here. Is Fortnite overrated? Is Calyrex Shadow overrated? This channel is partnered with GamerSupps. If you want to support my work and get great tasting drinks, you can order GamerSupps through my link in the description down below, or with code Moxie boosted at checkout for 10% off. GamerSupps is a caffeinated product that I recommend only to my 18+ viewers, but my link will send you to their caffeine-free product section just in case. Every product purchased through my link supports my channel financially, so I'd really appreciate the support. Now back to the video.
Is the Calyrex Shadow named Fortnite?
You know
I've
what?
only played maybe like 2 games of Fortnite my whole life, so I can't.
Is Fortnite overrated?
I play no build with my friends sometimes.
It's a pretty fun game. Anyways, we're talking about Calyrex though. So
is this not a Fortnite video?
It's not a Fortnite video, unfortunately.
But the Calyrex is named Fortnite.
It is a Fortnite video then. Okay.
True, we're talking about Fortnite.
So let's see. Okay, so I have opinions as to why Calyrex is not doing well, but I want to hear you two first.
I have opinions.
All right, you go first then.
So, I think the reason why Calyrex Shadow is struggling right now is because a lot of dark types are popping up, like Galarian Moltres from Michael Kelch. It popped up, it was Terra Dark Black Glasses with Foul Play specifically for the other Calyrex, which in turn affects Calyrex Shadow, which because it can't hit Goltras, but it's also because of Incinerar. I was looking at that Munch Stats website that had like all the usage stats. On High Ladder, which is like high level play, Incinerar is at 75% usage.
As it should be. I mean, it's kind of a brick wall for Calyrex Shadow.
Yeah, so when your like one of your worst matchups is against by far the most popular Pokemon in the format, obviously you're gonna struggle.
Yeah, and it's got a number of sets that like just make this thing, it makes its life a living hell. Like Incinerar, I have on my list of problem Pokemon for Calyrex, which the list is kind of extensive. It's just that the list has always been this long. We just didn't expect it to matter.
Yeah.
Because Calyrex, like every Pokemon has a weakness, right? But the way that you would deal with it before is you just KO it, and now there's no issue. But I think it's like that so many of these Pokemon synergize so well that there are multiple brick walls for Calyrex Shadow that weren't there before. Like Incinerar, Urshifu Rapid Strike, and Raging Bolt can all be on the same team, and it wouldn't be a stretch. It'd be like, yeah, that's a normal team. But Incinerar specifically is really, really difficult for it, because we see like sets like Assault Vest popping up once in a while, which are literally just a brick wall, because you have Snarl, Fake Out, not Parting Shot, U-Turn, and like Knockoff. Sometimes you'll run Double Dark, sometimes you'll run like Flare Blitz or something, but Knockoff or Snarl is basically on every single one of these guys, which makes it so it's not able to do its job. Beyond that, like the way that you would deal with it prior was with a fighting type like Mienshao, which would just be able to one-shot Incineroar and then you just go on about your day. But
Yeah.
most Incinerar now are running Terra Ghost for 2 reasons: to avoid getting one-shot by fighting moves, and also to avoid having to even play the fake out war. You can just always instantly win. So it makes it so like Incinerar is much more difficult to play around. But yeah.
Yeah, it almost feels like Calyrex Shadow is bad for the same reason that like Psy Spam is bad, and that's just there's so many dark types this generation that are just amazing, and it just doesn't have the tools to deal with them.
Yeah, I've always been of the opinion.
I'm pretty sure in this generation, the dark type has historically been the best type.
Yeah, I mean, like, you can instantly turn into a dark type. Like, Amoonguss runs Terra Dark. What else runs Terra Dark? Thunderous, Tornadus will sometimes run Terra Dark to avoid getting, like, Prankster. But now that Calyrex Shadow exists, there's even more reason to run Terra Dark because you don't want to get hit super effective by Astral Barrage, which is a huge issue.
I saw Terra Normal Rillaboom popping up to not get hit by Astral Barrage.
I think you should just be dark at that point.
No, dude, you don't understand. The boosted fake outs go crazy.
Exactly.
That's fair.
I think another thing that is making Calyrex's life a living hell isn't just Terapagos, but the fact that the best Terapagos team right now isn't the Balance Berry Terapagos. It's the Hyper Offense Choice Specs Terapagos that's next to Chi-Yu, which makes it even more difficult. So if we look at this, let me try to pull up one of these teams. I'm sure one of the Tommy Tuesdays players was running it. So, Chi-Yu Terapagos, Chi-Yu Terapagos, Chi-Yu Terapagos. Here it is. So you can see we have Choice Specs Terapagos with Terra, Starstorm, Dark Pulse, Hyper Beam, and Sleep Talk. And you run it next to a Focus Sash Chi-Yu with plenty of speed control. Because if you don't know, Terapagos, Terra Starstorm is really strong as a single target move even prior to Terastallization. And the way that Terapagos is a pure normal type, it gets walled, or it walls Calyrex Shadow's Astral Barrage. Like, that's a huge issue for it, which means it has to run its secondary move, which is usually Terra Fairy Draining Kiss, which, after a nasty plot, should hit it fairly hard. The issue
is not Draining Kiss.
Yeah, the issue is you have to Terra. The issue is you have to Terra, which means that you get hit super affected by Terra Starstorm, which is just like unbelievably bad into the matchup. Like, if your line into Terapagos is to Terra, you don't have a line.
Some Terapagos even carry Dark Pulse.
Yeah, well, I mean, this one was it Hyper Beam and Sleep Talk?
Sleep Talk.
Yeah, like
Sleep Talk's crazy.
Yeah, and the fact that it isn't just Terapagos on the team that is like an issue, but also the Chi-Yu, also the Boost Your Energy Fluttermane. Like, this team in particular is the most I don't care if you're running Calyrex Shadow team ever. Like, it doesn't Calyrex Shadow doesn't get to play the game against it. But yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Andy, do you have any thoughts?
Not specifically, though. It's fun to note that Terra Starstorm hits harder as a single target move than as a spread move.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you can't hit Terapagos with regular Terra Starstorm, but still, like, the fact that you can pressure all the partners next to you can't hit Calyrex with Terra Starstorm, but the fact that you can like pressure the partners next to it with Specs Terra Starstorm is really bad. So like, one of Calyrex's best partners that would deal with Terapagos pretty well is obviously like Urshifu Rapid Strike. So like, if you're using like a Mystic Water Urshifu Rapid Strike and they have a Terapagos with the choice specs, all of a sudden, Terra Starstorm just a direct one shot into it. And if it has
Urshifu is dying,
Urshifu's just dead. Like, it isn't Terra'd, and it's like, okay, well, maybe I can get into position. No, you can't, because the Terapagos has Tailwind, and now it's just gone.
Yeah,
like, that's a huge issue.
Terapagos can kind of just ignore Calyrex and deal with all of its partners and save Calyrex for the end, because what's Calyrex gonna do?
Basically nothing. Like, I have played Calyrex Shadow into Terapagos, and the line is literally just like, try as best as you can to get the fighting type in front of Terapagos, but Terapagos has so many partners that can just switch in for it. Like, we see literally on every team, you have like at minimum one fairy type. Whimsicott on this team, Indeedee kind of counts as like a switch in for that. This one you have like Tornadus, which is able to deal with opposing fighting types. I'm pretty sure the Raging Bolt's going to be like a Terra that is able to deal with it. Yeah, Terra Fairy Raging Bolt, like, you just switch in on that. And of course, you have Incinerar on like nearly every single Terapagos team, which allows you to intimidate and eat at least one close combat from Urshifu Rapid Strike. But it's
not just every single
problem.
Terapagos team, just almost every single team in general.
Yeah. So it's rough. Other problem Pokemon beyond the Terapagos. Version for Rapid Strike I throw on here just because a lot of Calyrex will run Focus Sash. You know, Terra Water, Surging Strikes will just KO you. That's obvious.
Yeah.
Raging Bolt, this one's especially difficult because it's such a splashable mon. It's almost always running Snarl and Terra Fairy, which means, you know, not that Terra Fairy matters, but like it's an Assault Vest mon with 125 HP, usually nearly maxed out, decent amount of special defense, usually like 100 special attack, meaning that they invest mostly in the bulk. And they can just go for Snarl. They have Thunderclap into you, which means that like even if you're in a position where you can, you know, snipe it with an Astral Barrage, it's not really a snipe. It's more like a Astral Barrage isn't like a sniping move. It's more like a literal
nuclear bomb.
Yeah,
Bulldozer,
basically.
Yeah.
But even if you get into position, like this mon is just so difficult for it to break past, and it can just attack with impunity. Like there aren't very many Pokemon on a Calyrex team that deal with Raging Bolt. Like if we look
like
at
The thing
there
with Calyrex is that Calyrex wants like 50 different allies.
yeah. It's very much a, you know, protect the president sort of Pokemon. Like if you lose it, you're not playing with the restricted, obviously, but like if you have to switch so much that like it's hard to keep your boost if you nasty plot, and it's rough. It's very much a get it in position, but don't get into position too aggressively because you're gonna lose your Focus Sash and this and that. There's a reason it almost always has a Pokemon like Clefairy next to it. It's so difficult. But yeah, we
It's
already
like,
covered.
It's like every team unintentionally over prepares for it because all of its checks are just so good.
Yeah, like and it's not even like you have to over prepare for it. It's just you coincidentally over prepare for it. You know what I mean?
Like a well-made
All the
team
good stuff
will
is
just
good into it.
accidentally come for it.
Yeah. We already talked about Moltres Galar. Zamazenta's technically one that you should win almost every time, but the issue is there's Pelipper on the team, and Pelipper is unironically one of the biggest issues for Calyrex Shadow Rider because it has Wide Guard and it tends to run like
stupid
Focus
bird
Sash.
that I hate.
Yeah, like this mon just completely invalidating your best move is really rough. Like it just has to exist on the field and all of a sudden you're forced to click Draining Kiss or call out the Wide Guard. I know that when I played against Pelipper in the past few tournaments, the way that I beat the Pelipper was by disrespecting Wide Guard and assuming they wouldn't click it, and if I got it right, I won. And that is unironically the way you beat it if you don't have a way to KO Pelipper. So, difficult Pokemon. Chien-Pao, obviously.
Yeah,
not
fairly
good for it.
obvious. Focus
Yeah,
Sash, Sucker Punch. Some of them carry Throat Chop.
Some of them do. Throat Chop's really annoying because you no longer have to play mind games. It's just, okay, I'm going to hit it directly. Obviously, Draining Kiss isn't good for it, and Terra Fairy makes the matchup much easier, but it deals so much damage with Sword of Ruin that it's like just actually difficult. We already know Fluttermane. Fluttermane's either Sash or it's Booster. It's whatever. But Kyogre's development has been so rough for the Calyrex Shadows. Almost every Kyogre I have run into on ladder so far has been the Assault Vest one with Booster Energy Iron Jugulus. I want to show you the calcs on Assault Vest Kyogre.
I'm just saying, I was always on the Kyogre isn't washed train. I'm happy about its development.
Yeah. So let's say that they're just running like 4 special defense max HP, right? That's not like super realistic, but we'll go with that because it's very simple. If you are a local Calyrex Shadow Rider player and you have we'll go with Life Orb, you know, for max damage, your Astral Barrage into a 252 Assault Vest Kyogre is doing 28 to 34.
Non-resistant Astral Barrage 30% is insane.
Yeah,
And that's ignoring the Iron Jugulus next to it spamming Snarl.
Oh yeah. Like the Iron Jugulus will just straight up 2-shot you with Snarl. And it has Tailwind, which means that you could also just immediately get hit with Water Spout, which by the way one-shots you if they're max special attack. So that's difficult. And yeah, no, the Mon is just like unbreakable for it. It forces like the best Mon on Calyrex Shadow teams for that matchup is Rillaboom with an Assault Vest, which also isn't that great because you're facing down an Iron Jugulus, which runs Hurricane. That's 100% accurate. Like they're usually like Snarl, Tailwind, Hurricane, and like the last move's kind of a flex. Protect as a thing. I've even seen a couple
Not
of
to
taunt
mention,
ones.
the Kyogre can just click Terra Grass.
Yeah, that's also a thing. Like like if you're trying to beat it with Rillaboom, a lot of Kyogres would just Terra Grass. I like Terra Water. I like being able to annihilate everything with Origin Pulse, but yeah, that's difficult. Farigiraf,
We also
Blood
kind
Moon.
of
Go ahead.
have to
Oh,
wood
boy,
hammer
my
the Kyogre
specialty.
to knock it out.
Yeah, Woodhammer, like, Grassy Glide doesn't do it unless you're like Terra Grass and Miracle Seed. So yeah,
Yeah.
Woodhammer is basically mandatory, but Farigiraf, Blood Moon, Ursaluna, the normal type twins that set up Trick Room and hard wall Calyrex, like, there isn't much to
Farigiraf-
talk about here.
Farigiraf, like, it comically beats Calyrex now because most of them now carry foul play.
Oh yeah, like that. It's not even for Calyrex Shadow Rider. It's literally for Calyrex Ice Rider. But
For Calyrex, for Shadow Rider, they used to carry Shadow Ball.
yeah, like this mon is just like a hard check. Is it good that they implemented it? Yes. Do I like it? No. I like Calyrex. Blood Moon Ursaluna, we already know how
I mean,
this
I'm
guy
happy.
rolls.
I'm pretty famous for liking Farigiraf.
Yeah, but this guy, yeah, we already know. And Miraidon just one
you
shot
already
too.
know.
Don't even need to talk about him. But yeah, the metagame's been really rough for it. Like if we look at like the top performing teams, you know, obviously the winner of the Stockholm Regional was Michael Kelsch, who was running, you know, the Black Glasses stuff that we were talking about. He had Wide Guard. He had two Dark types. He had Wide Guard. He had Assault Vest Rillaboom, I'm pretty sure. Was it Assault Vest Rillaboom or am I stupid? No, it was Choice Band Rillaboom, my bad. Yeah, but still, like, Choice Band, Grassy Glide's doing a ton. You don't care about getting outsped. But go to special event, won by a, you know, Chi-Yu Terapagos team.
Yep.
This one, I mean, technically, like, you should probably beat it with Calyrex Shadow Rider. But still, every other team here is, like, really bad for it.
But still,
There's
it
even the
didn't make
Tinglu.
top 8 because everything else beat it.
Yeah, there's even a Tinglu in here. Oh, we didn't even talk about Tinglu. Tinglu's not super popular, but like its existence makes it like it's an unplayable game for Calyrex Shadow Rider since it lowers
Yeah.
special attack. And of
Yeah,
course, you
if-
know, Miraidon plus normal types.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus Rajan had the Assault Vest Incinerar.
Yeah. I will say this. I don't think that Calyrex Shadow Rider's dead. I think it's still... Here's what's going to happen. Right now, we're going to talk about how, oh, wow, it loses to so much in the metagame right now. It's so difficult to, like, you know, prepare for everything that beats it. But at the moment, all eyes are on Miraidon and Zamazenta. Those two mons, everyone's looking at. They're like, man, how do we beat those two dudes? And, you know, there's a few mons that would beat Miraidon and Zamazenta.
There's
Notably,
a few.
ground types. So maybe Landorus Eye will pick up slightly in usage. And if Landorus Eye picks up slightly in usage, you won't be so tempted to use a ground type like, you know, Ursaluna Blood Moon, because Ursaluna Blood Moon can lose to not having Trick Room up. It can also lose to just straight up body press from
I feel
Zamazenta.
like Calyrex Landorus just hard loses to Ice Rider though.
Yeah. So my point being though is like if Lando picks up, this ground type gets less usage, which means that Farigiraf has less of an incentive to be run on the team, which might do some kind of domino effect to make Calyrex a little bit more
I don't have
average.
anything
You
to
know what
say
I
about
mean?
Yeah.
It feels like the kind of mon that's probably going to be really good for like one tournament that nobody prepares for it, and that's about it.
Yeah. That's what's gonna
Which is
happen.
kind of sad, but
that's just the
It's
reality.
a very sad day. It went from top 1 to top 3.
Yeah. But that's basically it for the video today. You know, I just wanted to get a little bit of a round table about why Calyrex Shadow Rider's
The
underperforming.
Gathering.
Yeah. But if you guys enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and make sure you check out Andy Law and C Buddy, which I'll put in the description down below. Anything you guys want to say?
Don't keep sleeping on Calyrex. It's still good. It's still top 3. It's just behind Cali Eye and Terapagos now.
Yeah. What about you, Andy?
I'm still stuck on like which Pokemon's doing the kiss and draining kiss, honestly.
They're both doing the kiss.
It's both
They're
of them
both
attack
kissing
team.
you?
It's both of them.
It's a 3-way kiss.
It
Both of
is.
them give you a peck. They both give you a peck on either cheek.
Exactly. It's adorable. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye.